live in a consumer world with our children. That we want to give our children, well, I want to give them what I didn't have growing up. So we think that happiness is bought through stuff. The more things I can give my kids, the more I can try and dance around and make their days happy, right? Kids come up like, "Hey, I'm bored," and we're like, "Okay, let me help you find something." In my day, you said you're bored, and my parents would go, "Oh, you want something to do? All right, cool. Let's sweep the garage." And you go, "Well, I'm not that bored." "Oh, okay, go find something to do then." See, we were responsible to find our own ways to make happiness and joy, which is really a positive thing as they're growing up, right? I didn't have much growing up. I had a couple Matchbox cars and a spoon out back, and me and my brother were sent outside. Go have a good, no television. No, I'm sorry. Mama sent us out there. We had to drink from the green hose for some water, right? And we would play all day outside. How healthy is that? To use your imagination, to be able to be happy with a little. Isn't that what the Apostle Paul said? He says, I can be content with a lot or with a little. And I think that we live in a day and a consumer mentality where we want to give our kids everything, when giving them everything really sets them back. What we want to do is find a way for them to be happy with just a little, to be able to enjoy. You know what your kids really want? They want time with you, right? We're killing ourselves 2-3 jobs to try and give them the new iPhone and new things. You know what they'd rather have? Go outside and play some catch. Now, they may act like I want the new phone, but what they need is some time with you, some game time, some family time. That let's not chase the money. Let's not chase what Hollywood says is important. Chase what God says is important. It's about relationship, about time. I grew up extremely poor, but you know, we had family night. We had dinner together. We laughed. We enjoyed one another. We played cards with one another. We didn't go to the big things and do the expensive stuff. We didn't have the big pool. We didn't have a pool table. Didn't have the newest video games. We had each other. I had my dad go outside and play catch. Had my mom doing things around the house with each other. These are the things that really matter in life. Stuff doesn't bring happy. Go to Disneyland. It's supposed to be the happiest place on earth. You got families that spent $3,000+ to be there, and the child is screaming and crying because they didn't get the new Mickey Mouse hat, right? Walk around. They're unhappy. Stuff does not bring happiness. Disneyland doesn't bring happiness. But teaching our children to have a sense of gratitude for the little that they have and finding a way to bring joy, or at least find joy, in a spoon and a Matchbox car. Let's get rid of video games and television and these things for the most part. Do an hour a day max. Other than that, go outside and play. Go have some time. And they're like, right? But they go out there and they figure it out at the end of the day. You know, when you talk to a kid, hey, last year, tell me about a video game experience you had. And they're like, but you can go, hey, you went hiking last year. How? And they're like, oh, okay, so we climbed this and that. And even if it was like, oh, I was so miserable, right? But they're like, and then we got to the top and we did this. It's funny how an activity that doesn't cost much brings a memory, because that's what we want. We want memories that last. 9 hours of video games a day, and that's the average. 9 hours a day of video games, television, and phone is what the average 9 to 12-year-old spends. Are you kidding me? How unhealthy is that? Not just for themselves, but for their mind. What we're teaching our children is live vicariously through other things. Then we raise up adults who aren't going forth and doing anything to conquer, to be amazing, to live a life. They're still in television, living vicariously through the television show, through the TikTok. They're living vicariously through the sports, right? But they're not living their own life, and that's not a life. And so I encourage you, I'm telling you parents out there, let's get our kids, pull back some stuff. They don't need the newest iPhone, right? They don't need the newest video game. What they need is they need some time with mom and dad. They need some quality time of relationship. Go to the park, have them running around, right? Go outside and swim and have fun and get your kids outside. The summer's coming up. Make sure in the summer that we don't take the easy route. You know, it's easy. I found that I watched my grandkids last night, all of my 4-year-old and River. And I thought to myself, it would be easy because I know I could. I could throw on Bluey and she would watch it for 3 hours. Or I could take her to the park and we could do the swing. Then we can get the Frisbee out. We're throwing the Frisbee. And Frisbee with a 4-year-old is very similar to Grandpa Go Chase the Frisbee. That's what we played. So I chase the Frisbee, right? I'm pushing River in the swing. And we're outside. Then we go on a walk. Then I put her on her bike and we rode a bike. And these are things she'll remember. Bluey, she wouldn't remember. Same thing for you. Take time. Get out of the house. Get your kids out of the house. Get them exercising. Get them outside. Get them using their imagination. Even room time during the day. Put them in the room and give them a couple toys to play with. Me and my brother could sit in our room with some little doll things, some G.I. Joes, and we could play for hours with some G.I. Joes. We play forever with a sock. Give me a sock, right? And we would shoot basketball hoops. We didn't have a basketball hoop. What we did is we had the curtain rod, and we could shoot the little sock in between there. We'd play knee football. We'd wrap up our knees with some other socks and our elbows, and then we'd get on our knees and we'd play football. These are great memories that I had growing up because my parents weren't about giving us everything. Everything that we did was about finding fun and enjoyment with the little bit that we had. And you raise up adults who have gratitude, who aren't in a relationship and a marriage where it's all about what I'm not getting, that I don't have to have a lot. I can find the great things in my spouse. I can find the great things in my marriage. We don't have to have the newest car. We don't have to have the newest house. And we don't have to have the biggest things. What we have is that we have each other. We have love, and we have the ability to find joy in any season of life. There'll be seasons where we have abundance. We're happy. There'll be seasons when it's a little scarce, and we'll be happy. That stuff and the money and the things that we have will never be the foundational piece of my joy. My joy comes from within and finding joy in the things that I got. That's a great life. And we as parents, it's our responsibility to train our children to that. Don't worry about getting them the new iPhone. You'll be happy with a flip phone. If you can't be happy with a flip phone, I won't get you the iPhone because there'll come a time that you may have a job that you have to find happiness in while you're waiting for God to give you a better thing. Right? It's not the iPhone job, it's a flip phone job. And you have to still have a good attitude in that. And so these are the great things that our society is missing today. This is why we have over 60% of our kids in high school are depressed. Over 60%. That's massive. Why is that? Because I'm living vicariously through other people's lives. I'm not living my own. We start young. Start them young. This summer, make sure that they're right. Get them in a camp. Take them to youth camp. Make sure our kids camp. Make sure they're in a camp. Make sure they're outside. Make sure they're playing. Very drastically limit their screen time. Drastically limit how much time they get on their phone. You got the ability to do that. And you'll see that you'll be developing children who become adults who can be content, as the Bible says, whether they have lots, have little, whatever I have, my stuff doesn't matter how happy I am because I'm not a consumer. I'm a contributor. I like that. Be a contributor, not a consumer, and that's what we're raising.